The Honourable Dr. Jonathan Coleman.
Very good bill, and it just amazes me that the Labor Party, I know they're the opposition, but that they could be opposing it, because this is common sense. If you go out there and speak to any New Zealander in the street and you say, should gang members be able to come into a school or a hospital or a WINS office with a gang patch on, should they be allowed to? And people will say no, of course they shouldn't. And the fact that the Labor Party are arguing against this bill just shows how completely out of touch they are. And this is actually the problem that the Labor Party have got, that they will oppose legislation like this. And Andrew Little is going ballistic over there because he is losing control. He is losing his grip on the prize of the Labor leadership. And I'd like to hear him get up and argue against a very common sense bill. And this is the difference, you see, between people like the National Party, and on this occasion I believe our colleagues in New Zealand First, and the totally out of touch people representing Labor. That just like with the man ban, they will argue in favour of something that makes absolutely no common sense to the average New Zealander in the street. And this is why these people over there are going to be in opposition for a long, long time to come. And David Cunliffe, he got up and he said, tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime. And everyone at home would think, well, that sounds very good, until they actually realise that's a line directly plagiarised from Tony Blair's 1997 UK New Labour manifesto. And that shows what the problem is with these people, because there's no substance there. There's absolutely no common sense. Who would say that the mongrel mob should be able to go into a hospital wearing a gang patch? I tell you, I've worked in hospital A&E departments, and it's not very nice for the staff and the rest of the public when these people come in wearing their gang patches, intimidating people. And this bill sends a very good signal to gangs that, yep, you might be able to wear your red T-shirt or you might be able to have your facial tattoo, but actually we are going to make it inconvenient for you if you want to come into a hospital, if you want to come into a WINS department or a primary school and try and intimidate excellent public servants going about their daily tasks, scaring kids, causing inconvenience, and basically trying to be macho. And supporting this bill shows that we're not going to tolerate gangs and their activities in New Zealand. But of course, the Labor Party thinks it's fine. And that's the problem with them. They talk a big game, but in the end, they're prepared to tolerate all sorts of unacceptable behaviour, because actually the Labor Party lack any form of common sense on just about any issue, whether it's the man ban, whether it's gang insignia, whether it's power prices. If you want a really stupid solution, ask this current crop of Labor MPs. And they will be losing touch with the blokes out there who drive the white vans, the guys on the building sites, the people who basically have walked away from Labor in droves because they come up with constant stupid positions on common sense issues where even a school kid could look at this and say it's a very good idea, banning gang insignia in our schools, in our hospitals, in the WINS offices. So I say to the Labor Party, Andrew Little, if you get your crack at the leadership, try and turn these people around. We want some decent opposition. National, the country deserves a good opposition. We're not getting it from that party over there at the moment because they're not connecting with New Zealanders. There's a total lack of common sense from the Labor Party, and it's exemplified by the fact that they would oppose an excellent bill that Todd McClay and now Mark Mitchell have brought before the House, and I'd want to commend them on their very good, sensible work, and the National Party wholeheartedly supports this bill. Thank you.
Call Andrew Little.
Chairman, it's a pleasure to take